Hi everyone, welcome to the Hedgehog Hollow. Thanks for bearing with us there. We had a little bit of a sound issue, but we have a new microphone, so this is the first time we've gone live with it. So let us know that you can hear us. I see lots of you have been tuning in. Angela's here, Lily's here, Jessica's here, Billy is here. Hi Billy. Lots of you here. Lots of you have snow as well. Our snow has actually been melting this morning. Our house gets lots of sunlight in the morning, so it gets lots of heat. So all of our snow has melted. Actually, it's supposed to be kind of warm for winter. We've had a really mild winter here. And it's been an amazingly busy week here at Hedgehog Hollow this week. So we have filmed 4 TV segments for the next season of Make It Artsy. So we've been doing that as well. Lots of things going on there. And then we had Lily in the studio for our Tonic Live on Wednesday. So you can go back and look at Tonic Studios USA on Facebook. And then we had, what else do we have this week? We also had Art Esprit markers here, which is why I have a massive pink heat press on my desk. You may get to see a little bit of that afterwards. You may also have just heard me in stereo as well. So I know that you can definitely hear me, which is great too. Lots of things going on there as well. So we've had a fantastic week. It's been super busy. I saw lots of you last night at the Brutus Munro Christmas/birthday party as well. Really amazing evening. Great to meet so many of you. Ileana was there from Misty. Stamp Junkies were there. So we had a fab evening. But today I wanted to share with you the new Essentials by Ellen release that went live just a couple of hours ago. She very kindly sent me one of her releases ahead of time, and I thought we could make a couple of cards together. I've got some prepped in front of me. So we can do that as well. So Chris is here as well, and Angela said her state is shut down because of the snow, and Billy says you can hear me, so that's awesome. So let's take you through what the new Essentials by Ellen release is. I love this release. It's a Julie's release. So first of all, we have the Hang On stamp set. So some fabulous sentiments as always. So we have: a mother holds her children's hand for a short while, but their hearts forever. When you let go to the end of your rope and tie a knot, hang on. You deserve a pat on the back. Raise your glass, standing O, let it go. He put a ring on it, which I think is fab. Congratulations, I love you this much. Hold the phone. We'll be using this one in one of our projects. We have Mondo Squishy Hugs, just waving hello, I got you. Mwah. High five, blowing kisses your way. You are here, and we've got this one in here. Again, we'll be using this one, I hope, in our project. Then we have lots and lots of dies, a die heavy release, which I love. So we have this high five that has 2 elements, and I've die cut them all so I can show you. So we have the speech bubble, and then you have a heart. So you have 2 different dies that you can layer up there. We have hands, so you can do a round of applause. You could put a gem on the hands, and they don't cut all the way, so you can choose whether you want to have them that they pop up, or if you want to cut them, you can then have them completely cut. You can make that decision. And you could put, if you want to do the ring, you could put a little gem on here and make some bling. You could do little pink tips on the ends and make it look like the nails are painted. You could do all sorts of fun things on here as well. So you have 2 lefts, 2 rights, different sizes in there as well. We have confetti kisses, which are lots of hearts, X's, O's and lips, and I've already die cut these out as well, and I'm going to do a card with these in a while. So that's another one that's part of the race, and I have put a link in the video description below this as well, so that you can shop this collection as well, and it directly takes you to all of these new things. And the anniversary stamp set is down there, which I do not have. It's a fantastic set again. So we have Super, Yay, Celebrate and Hustle, and then we have a second letterboard script here, and I'll get to the letterboard in a second. And we have Favorite, Hello, You, and a Smile. I'm just going to skip ahead to the letterboard pieces. So we have a letterboard large alphabet, and then we have the main letterboard set. So this is the main letterboard set, and in there you have your letterboard frame, and then of course you have your letterboard, which you can use either way, and it scores these really lovely fine lines that you can see in the die. It scores those into your cardstock here, which I've done in the yellow. And then you also have a smaller alphabet that comes inside with that letterboard set. So when this comes, these 2 pieces here are attached together, and I just snipped them apart. And I don't know about you, but I'm actually going to leave these together because I think it's much easier to die cut a whole alphabet together rather than have to worry about where my A or my B or my C or whatever has gone. And then I have my frame that also has a really nice embossed detail in that frame as well. And then they all come in these wonderful packages on magnet sheets, and they're labeled. So you don't have to do any labeling or any storage or anything when they come. Hi Simon, hope you're well as well. Simon from Inklips has just joined us as well. So this is the letterboard collection, and then one that I just skipped through goes with those X's and O's that we just saw. You get the tic-tac-toe, so you can make your own tic-tac-toe. That's also part of the collection. As I said, there are links in the description directly to this new collection. It only went live at noon Pacific today. But can I also just tell you about these really cool wire cutters I just bought? I found these at Joann's. They're from Law DIY. They're in the jewelry section, but they shimmer like unicorn handles. I mean, how cool are they? So I just had to show you those because I was snipping away my new dies today, and I was having great fun because I had these really fun new things to play with. So let's move some things out the way and let's make some cards together with these new releases. Oh, I can show you. I cut out some of these alphabets so you can see the different sizes. So this is the large alphabet, and then I can't find the same letter, but this is the alphabet that comes with it. So that's the slightly smaller alphabet that comes with it. So there, I can come a little bit closer. You can see the size difference between the two alphabets. So you can see the difference there. So let's make some cards. And these are called tidy trays. These are what I use for my glitter and for my sequins and for my embossing powders, because they have like this funnel piece on. So when I want to put things back in, it will just go back in really, really easily. But it's also great for die cuts because I can keep them there really easily. So let's make something with the X's and O's. Now, I have my tonic trimmer here, and I'm going to trim down a piece of Nina Solar White to 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. So this is going to be my card base. And I am going to cut my tic-tac-toe out of this. So we're going to use, and this die just embosses and kind of half cuts like a stitching of tic-tac-toe. And I'm going to leave a little bit of space down the bottom here for a sentiment. And I'm going to center it up just a little bit. And I'm going to use some masking tape. And this is regular purple masking tape I buy off Amazon. This is not the Thermoweb purple tape or anything particularly special. And then I'm going to put this through my Gemini Junior, which I just have to the side here. And the Gemini is completely automated, which I love. Greg didn't know it, but he actually bought me the Gemini Junior for Christmas last year. He's now learning he bought me the Gemini Junior for Christmas last year. He didn't buy me much else for Christmas last year, so it's all good. But there's not many tools that last a whole year in my craft room, but the Gemini Junior does, because I don't have to press any buttons. I just feed it in and it spits it out the other side. And I love it. I also have a full-size Gemini as well, but he didn't know that till just now. So he learns a lot when he does these live videos. Don't you, dear?
Yeah, apparently. Not all of it good either. What am I buying you for Christmas this year?
I don't know. We'll see.
IKEA cabinet.
Diamonds. I don't know, Hedgehog Hollowers, what do you think you should buy me for Christmas this year? So I'm picking out some of these confetti kisses, so the X's and O's, and I'm picking out some hearts and some lips. So I'm going to do 3 X's down here. Angela also loves her Gemini. She says her light is out, but it still works. Do you mean the lights on the top, Angela? Greg says some new garage tools. Now, I did just give him back, though, my big toolbox pencil case. So he did just gain a new toolbox, which he's filled with photography equipment. So I think he did quite well out of that deal. So I'm just filling in around here, you can see, like this. And we need a heart. So what I'm going to do is stick these down like this. I am a little bit short of adhesive in my drawers because we took lots of it in the Make It Artsy even with us yesterday. Andrea, have you emailed Crafter's Companion? They usually can fix most things for you or try to help you fix it. I've never heard of the lights going out. So I'm just going to use some Perfect Card adhesive. This is the Wendy Vecchi adhesive from Ranger. It's also really great adhesive. I'm a glue junkie. I have drawers and drawers and drawers of glue. And the great thing about this is it dries completely clear. So if a little bit on these fine pieces goes outside of those lines, it doesn't matter at all. So the other thing I'm going to do is, last night Hannah and I were incredibly lucky to win lots of things at Brutus Monroe. So you'll want to be following us at the Hedgehog Hollow on Facebook and on Instagram, because this week we're going to be having some giveaways of some of the swag we got from the Brutus Monroe birthday bash, including some watercolors that you could only buy at last night's birthday bash. So we'll be giving those away this week as well. And these swag bags we got were amazing. Ellen had donated some things. We got something from Pretty Pink Posh. We got Misty Corners. We got personalized stamps. Christopher really, really spoilt us last night. We had so much fun. And Iliana was there with her daughter, who was bagging up all our purchases. We got to meet lots of Hedgehog Hollow subscribers and Hedgehog Hollow followers. So if any of you are here watching us, hope you had a good evening. I hope you all got home safely as well. I'm just making sure that I've stuck all of them down because I have a habit of not doing that. So I'm only putting a tiny bit of adhesive on. I mean, these are only small pieces, and you could really have fun with these. And if you put double-sided adhesive on the back, you wouldn't have to do this either. Oh, thank you, Billy says, I love Hedgehog Hollow. Not for your channel. Greg just threw his arms up in disbelief about something. So clearly something just changed that he was surprised about. So I'm going to cut my background cardstock down. And so I mat in 1/4 inch layers. So this piece is going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then we'll also have our card base here, which is Nina Solar White, that I have cut down as well, like this. And then I'm going to score this with my Score Buddy. And that goes at 5 1/2 inches, like so. And then we're also going to do a little bit of stamping on here. And I have a new secret tool in my Misty that I want to share with you all. So you'll notice my Misty is now a little bit different to how it used to be. So in here, I purchased one of the mouse pads from Ellen that she sells, about $3.99, and you can get them for any size of Misty. So purchase one of those, and then this is something new from Sizzix. You can also get these from Ellen. These are called sticky sheets. You can also put them on top of your cutting plates, and they hold your dies in place, they hold paper in place, everything. So let me show you. So I'm gonna, oops, I found one I didn't stick down. So let's stick our O down. So now I'm going to stick down my piece of cardstock, and we're going to pick I'm going to do I Love You This Much. I'm going to put this along the bottom, And if you've never used a stamp platform before, it allows you great alignment with your stamps, and it means you can stamp the same thing over and over. So whether it's because you don't get a perfect impression, or whether it's because you want to stamp 10 of them and you want them all to be in the same place, a stamp platform is going to allow you to do that. Now, if you worked with photopolymers before, you know that quite often it picks up your piece of paper and then your paper may have moved slightly. Now, a sticky sheet holds onto your piece of paper, so now my photopolymer doesn't hold on to my piece of paper. My photopolymer is here, my paper is stuck down, my paper is not going anywhere because that sticky sheet has a light tack on it. And so it's holding my piece of paper down. You see, I can't move it. I don't need my magnet, I just use my sticky sheet. How cool is that idea? And I am in love with this. I bought some, I gave a sheet to Hannah, I gave a sheet to some of our interns, I gave a sheet to Lexi, who works for us as well. Would you like a sticky sheet, dear? No, I didn't think you would. I'm not sure you really want one on your camera. So then all I do is very gently, I peel it off, it doesn't tear, and I have perfect placement on my piece there. And I stamped out using the Catherine Pooler Midnight ink. I've been asked to bring it closer so you can see it better. So I stamped out using the Catherine Pooler Midnight ink. It's a water-based ink, it stamps out beautifully crisp and clear. And it just gives a really, really nice impression. So I'm going to stick this one back in there. I will clean it later. So let's mount this up into a card. Hopefully that smudge is off of my finger for a second. I do not have any funky tape to hand, so I'm going to use my Altenew tape runner here. So let's fold our card base in half. And my Teflon bone folder is here. Now, I thought Teflon bone folders were a complete gimmick. If you watch my things from last year, I was like, I'm not investing in a Teflon bone folder. They're so expensive, they're not worth it. Well, I totally ate my words. I bought a Teflon bone folder. My cardstock doesn't crack. My creases are really nice. Greg really likes them because all my card stands up on pictures, and I love them. I don't get any issues. All my cards stand up. They sit nice and flat. Everything is perfect. So Teflon bone folders are worth it. Your cardstock looks much nicer, and you can crease glossy and satin cardstocks and you don't get any cracking and white stuff coming through. So yeah, sticky sheets are amazing. You can buy them from Ellen. Link is in the video description below. It's a Hedgehog Hollow link, so we do get a small commission when you shop with us, but that means we can produce all these lovely videos for you. But look how cool is that. And then what I will probably do later is add some gems and things in the middle here, but there is one completed card. Super, super simple. Closer, he says, closer. So one really quick, simple Valentine's Day card done. So let's do another really quick and simple card. So grab your Misty back again. I'm going to be using some Distress Oxides. I have Picked Raspberry and I have Wilted Violet. And I'm going to use the High 5 stamp set. We're going to use our tonic trimmer again. And we're going to cut this down. Same size again. So all of my white pieces, I pretty much have cut down to 3 3/4 by 5 inches. Then my colored piece always gets cut down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then my card base is half a sheet of 8 1/2 by 11, whichever way you want it. That one I cut wrong. And I'm going to grab another one off the floor because I have all of mine there. So sorry about that. So this one I'm going to cut correctly, 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And it still goes wrong even here. So there's no such thing as perfect crafting. So we're going to take our piece that we're going to stamp with. We are going to pop it in here. And you can see, so I don't need a magnet. It's not going to come off. It's not going to move. How perfect. So let's use our High 5. I'm going to use this speech bubble to start with. And I'm going to start with my Wilted Violet. So it did kind of pick it up, but my paper is still on my sticky sheet, which is on my mouse pad, which fits in perfectly, so it goes back in the same place. I'm going to put a scrap piece of cardstock on top because I want to stamp off. Now, what stamping off is going to do is give me a lighter shade. So rather than having to buy an extra ink pad, I'm going to create my own shade of purple. So I'm trying to read your comments as well. Angela says she needs a craft area my size. I need a craft area double this size. It drives Greg mad that this is a film studio and this is a craft room because this is a mess. And this is a mess down this side. And it drives him insane. And then this black thing here is about to go because Hannah and I went to IKEA yesterday and I bought the first of 2 cabinets that's going to go there. And I bought the first one just to make sure I really do like it. So you can now see the before. You never get to see this on film. I'm not allowed to show you this on film because it's a mess. You normally get to see this on film because it looks pretty. And it's staged for every season and it's every month and it looks pretty. And I have to keep this clear, except it's not clear. I'm sitting in front of the mess so you can't see it. Anyway, Greg's just sitting there shaking his head because he hadn't noticed. I'm going to do this before it dries. So I'm going to stamp off once. Actually, I'm going to re-ink that because that wasn't a very good impression because I was too busy talking to you and laughing. So I bought the first of 2 cabinets to store all the things that are in that black cabinet. And I bought one because A, they're very expensive, so I could only afford one. And B, I wanted to make sure that if they're that expensive, I buy one and I like it, and then I'll go and buy the other one. So I'm going to stamp off once. I'm going to remove my scrap cardstock, and I'm going to stamp it a second time. And so now I have a really nice pale shade compared to the strong shade that you normally get. So I've created my own pale purple shade. So you don't have to buy pale shades. You can just use your ink pads and you could stamp off. Billy says she needs 2 rooms that size. I kind of do too. I also have taken over the dining room and I've taken over the basement and I've taken over half the spare bedroom and I've taken over part of the kitchen and part of our bedroom. So,
and my man cave.
Oh, and the man cave, yeah. So it's not just this room. It's fine. It's all good. It means I get a new house. It means I get to move. Anyway, we're creating a fun card. We're having fun. We're chatting. It's Sunday. We're crafting. So now I'm going to put my heart stamp on here. And I'm going to stamp it out in picked raspberry because this is my favorite Distress Oxide spray. And so now I'm going to stamp on top. And the great thing about Distress Oxides is we can stamp and layer colours. And the more times you stamp a Distress Oxide on top of each other, the more vibrant it's going to become. And that's because of the pigment in it. So now I have a really lovely purple on top of the pink. Wasn't that simple? Super simple. I like simple. Simple's good. Hannah and I were stamping at 2:30 the other morning. We thought simple was good. So I'm going to do Mondo Swishy Hugs. And I'm actually going to get it to just overlap slightly on the bottom. So I'm going to put it here. And there's the great thing about stamp platform is you can move it around. When you're happy, you put your lid down and it picks it up. And when you stamp, it's going to be exactly where you want it to be. So again, I'm going to use my Catherine Pooler Black. Now this is a dye-based ink, so if I was going to work with my alcohol markers, I'm all good. But if I wanted to work with watercolours, I'm going to use something a little bit different. But it does give me a beautiful crisp finish. And now I'm going to peel it off my sticky sheet. Just like this. And so now I have a really pretty card front. And now we're going to mount it into a card. So you can see how easy you can make these cards come together. Vanessa says she'd like a granny flat joined to the house. I think that would be really good. And she's going to rename it the craft flat. I think we should all have one of those and we'll call it Hedgehog Hollow. And then you can all come and visit and craft. And we'll just have open craft days. Greg says yes. Greg says yes. So he's going to buy us a flat. We're going to call it Hedgehog Hollow. And you can all come and craft. It's sorted. So we'll start looking. So now I'm going to get our score buddy. And we're going to score this at 5.5 inches. And I like to score both sides of my cardstock because then I get my really nice crease. And now I get my Teflon bone folder. And I have my cardstock cut down in bulk. So I buy a ream from Ellen Hudson. And then I go to FedEx, which used to be Kinko's. It's now FedEx Office. And I get them to cut it down in bulk. And so I just center this up. And when I'm matting a card base, what I try to do is I line up these three. Because if these three are even, this one at this end is automatically going to be even. So that's an easy way to mat up your card bases. If these three are even, you put this down, this end is automatically going to be even. And then we're going to do the same with this. We're going to try to make sure we put it on the right way. And I will add some gems and things afterwards. I don't have those to hand. But clean, simple, quick, easy, really fun. I could send this as a get well soon card. I could send it just to say hello. I could send it for all sorts of things. And we've made 2 cards. We've been going about 25 minutes. I've shown you the complete Ellen Hudson release. And we've made 2 quick and easy cards. And apart from having die cut the X's and O's, I didn't have anything prepped already. So they really, really are quick and easy cards. So I hope you have enjoyed this fun thing. Don't forget to go over to Ellen Hudson. I absolutely love Ellen. She's the sweetest person as well. We'll be seeing her at Creativation. And of course, link is in the video description below. We really appreciate it when you use our links as well. We hope to see you again very soon. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notifications of future live videos and lots of content plus full coverage of Creativation 2019. Can't believe I'm saying 2019 already. Also, give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed crafting together and seeing this new release. And I will see you again very soon. Happy stamping, everyone. Bye.